Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. It's almost our birthday season, my friends. There's a lot going on in the stars. Hope you're all getting ready, but let's see what's up here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Rams, please, in mid-March? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries, please. And thank you. Let's get this card going. And for those of you that are on the cusp of Pisces season, it's probably almost your birthday, depending on when you watch this. All right, this is very much Aries-like energy here. Full of gusto. You might be revving up for something. It could be seen as an aggressive energy, but obviously it's not bad. To me, it feels like someone getting ready to do something or like really gearing up. There's a lot of fiery energy in that card. Now, before we talk about it too much, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So you see the imagery here. There's a strong, divine, feminine figure. She is pointing right out at the distance. She is dressed up in armor. It does seem a little aggressive. So like I already mentioned, some of you or some of us, you know, I'm part of the collective myself, we might be gearing up for something big. This is that internal motor starting to rev. This card does give me chariot-like type of energy. So making changes, making actions, going on trips. A lot of Aries could just have a future-focused mindset in this time as well. Like, or whether it's short-term, long-term, a lot of Aries could be looking towards the future, hopefully in an optimistic way. But I feel for a lot of us in this time with this strong energy, that's a good thing. Okay, regardless of what's going on around us, there's a lot of motivation. There's that fiery passion that us Aries are known for, and it's keeping it moving. So we're just going to put her down right there. I mean, remember, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Lots of passion there, and I do like it. But let's shuffle it up one time. What do we got for Aries here in mid-March? Please, my guys. While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. And I would say we've kind of had this energy showing up for several weeks now. Last week's reading was titled A Shocking Change. We did have a tower showing up. So, I mean, things could be shifting on you quickly in this time, whether it's emotions, whether it's feelings, whether it's situations. Not every tower is a bad tower, but it can be very powerful. Okay, so it's something to keep your eyes on or open for in the coming days and weeks, because the energy could bleed over. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. So let's get it going here. 3 cards for Aries, just so we could take a little peek, a little gander at what's going on. Yeah, the cards are trying to jump out my hands. All right, what do we got? Yeah, strong energy. I would say for like the past 3-4 weeks, there's been this big fiery type of vibe. What do we got? Okay, a little softer now. All right, we got the Knight of Cups in position number 1. This is also a really good card for action, so we're going to have to see how this plays out. Let's get him tucked in right over there. 2 more, and we'll really start talking about it. Okay, 4 of Cups. All right, so lots of water showing up. So I was speaking about all the fiery motivation. I want to see what's underneath the surface here. Let's get 1 more. Lots of cup energy, lots of internal energy. Might be having big feelings here, my friends. Okay, Queen of Swords, air sign energy. So we are going to have to talk about this because all of these energies are internal based, okay? Possible 2 individuals showing up here as well. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I was already giving you some of my feedback already. Notice we have the double down of cup energy. In divination and tarot, cups represent the emotional world, the world of feelings. Lots of internal stuff happening because cups and swords are both internal but different ways. We have the Queen of Swords on the back end, the Knight of Cups, so there's a lot happening here on the inside. Now, I was talking about this fiery combustible energy, which can be true. Some of you might be trying to snap yourself out of something, like I'm going to snap out of it. I need to snap out of it, like if you're feeling certain things. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number 1, we have the Knight of Cups. Beautiful energy. It's a really positive card. Now for a portion of you, yeah, some of you might be watching this for love reasons. This is a Prince Charming type of figure. Now if you're not connected to a water sign, this does represent that poetic, love-based, emotional offers, love offers. It's very soft, kind, and caring normally. It could represent your emotional state, how you might be feeling or how someone might be feeling towards you when we clarify it. This is a very important card. But as with all knights, they represent forward movement, they represent action, but also communication. So we want to see what's up with this. Now, as with every card in the whole entire tarot deck, there's a positive meaning and there's a challenge. When we have a challenge of this Knight of Cups, some Aries out there, you might feel a little emotionally volatile. You might feel a little upside down, emotional swings, stuff like that. In its roughest case, this could represent emotional manipulation. But when I see this energy that I'm seeing so far, I think a lot of Aries might be trying to snap themselves out of something. Okay, so whether it's keep your mind state strong or just, I need to snap out of it. I need to snap out of it. That's just an energy I keep picking up. Now moving to the center, pardon me. We do have the Four of Cups. This card could be a little discontent. This could represent something that you're not super happy with. Now, I also call this a very daydreamy, imaginative type of card. And with the future focus that we saw in the beginning, revving up for something, you could really have a certain situation or even an individual on your mind when this card is here. Like there's a lot of mental action. So either there's a specific person on your mind or someone could have you on the mind when this shows up in an Aries spread. But once again, this person, they don't see the cups being offered to them. They're sitting there thinking. So keep your eyes open for opportunities and offers, because you see Spirit offering this person that cup. That's something we're going to watch out for. But I feel like this is more about the mental and emotional action that's happening around a specific individual that we'll want to dig into further. In its positive, it could represent somebody that's coming up with really good ideas or planning something out. In its roughest form, it could be someone that's just thinking so much that they're thinking themselves into paralysis and they're not acting. So we'll look into that further. Getting to the back end, we have the Queen of Swords. So you might be connected to an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a strong, divine feminine energy. But remember, it doesn't have to be gender specific. When I see the Queen of Swords, I think of plans. I think of strategy. I think of mental acumen, if that makes sense. Like someone that's very smart, very intelligent. They're setting out the steps. This could also be a serious, no BS type of energy. And I know Aries are pretty much known for being no nonsense, no BS. You might be leaning into that energy a little more when the Queen of Swords is in the mix. It could be sharp words. In its positive sense, once again, it's very honest, straightforward, plan-based. So I'm getting this planning energy, especially since the very beginning. There could be something around strategy with her, but once again, serious, no BS, no games type of energy that she has. Okay, so whether that's your vibe that you're stepping into or this is a specific individual, it could be a little cold. Because notice we have the softer Knight of Cups, we have the cold Queen of Swords. We really, really want to dig in deeper here. So let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's happening for the Aries collective, my gods. We want good energy on our birthday season. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Cups time. What's happening here? Feel like this is a very neutral energy so far, but you know how it goes when we start clarifying. The reading could either go right or it could go left. Okay, Three of Pentacles in reverse, pardon me. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just getting that vibe once again that somebody's like trying to either go through something themselves. Like, listen, I'm not going to ask for help. I'm not even going to let anybody know. Like, I could do this on my own. Or that snapping out of it type of energy. So if you've been in a specific mood, if you've had a certain emotion that you've been dealing with, a situation you've been dealing with, you could very much be in a time and space where it's like, okay, I need to get back on track here. I need to get things back on track. I can't be thinking about this. I can't be thinking about that. I need to snap out of it. That's the main vibe I'm picking up. Now, a portion of you, you could be a little I don't want to say upset, but there could be a work situation that you find very unfavorable, where this could represent someone in your circle of influence. Remember, all threes could represent your circle of people. In reverse, underneath this Knight of Cups, it can be someone that you're not too happy with, right? There could be someone that's a little bit on your bad side right now, but it could be any of those things. It could be all those things. Real quick before we move on, once again, I do feel like someone trying to deal with something on their own. Like, okay, well, I'll pull myself out of this. I need to deal with this on my own. Or you could be trying to snap yourself out of something, or once again, either mad at work or a person in your circle. Let's keep moving. Once again, I know that was a lot of messages for one alignment, but let's see what's up with that Four of Cups. We're going to see what that Four of Cups has to say. See what's on this person's mind. Really want to get to that Queen of Swords too, but let's see why the Four is here. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, we got the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard, having a drink. He has his goblet there. He's chilling. He's relaxing, having a grand old time. This is someone that may care about you a lot. Okay. Once again, I do feel for a nice chunk of the Aries collective with the Knight of Cups. Now we have the King of Cups. There could obviously be things connected to love and romance that you are dealing with, or at least thinking about. Once again, either someone has you on their mind quite a bit, or you have someone else. It could be both, right? This could be like a feedback loop where two people are thinking about each other. They're on each other's mind, and energy's bouncing back and forth. Now, if that's not the case, if you're not connected to a water sign, the King of Cups is grounded emotions. It's balanced emotions. Remember, this is the controller of the cup suit. So when I see it underneath the Four of Cups, there's this energy that's been underlying throughout the whole thing, where it's like, okay, I need to get this right, or I need to snap out of it. I need to get back on track. So for a lot of Aries, now could be a great time, especially moving into our birthday season, to kick a habit, to kick a behavior, or just something that hasn't been going right, like setting it straight and getting down to business. Like, that's a vibe I'm picking up here. But once again, there is somebody with all these court cards and the way this energy is flowing. There's a lot of love here. I don't want to say like multiple people love you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone has friends and family. This does feel a little more connected to romance though. So if you're wondering about how somebody feels, very deeply with all this. So let's keep moving forward. Once again, I'm not gonna really push too many messages into that. It doesn't feel rough to me. Let's go in on that Queen of Swords, though. I feel like she's the big cornerstone of this week's reading. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Just another quick thing to point out while we get this card out. We have a card of your circle of influence. We have multiple people showing up here as well. So you could be very magnetic in this time. All right? There could be lots of people popping in, popping up, popping out. Let's see why the Queen of Swords is here. Okay, quick. Okay, yeah, so we have the 10 of Swords here in the upright underneath this Queen of Swords. This is somebody really going through a tough one, okay? For a portion of you, I did see like a few weeks ago, you may have been going through a certain cycle closing or an ending, things like that. And if that was the case with you, yeah, that could absolutely be true. But the 10 of Swords is rough and tough type of energy. Underneath this Queen of Swords, I'm getting the vibe of someone just being like extremely serious. Like, listen, I'm not going to pay it any mind. I'm not going to feed any more emotion into it. I'm going to, like, the snap myself out of it type of energy is here. So there could be a problem or a situation, whether it's serious or not, that you're trying. I don't feel like you're paying it no mind, but this is like giving me mind over matter type of energy. Like, okay, well, it's only going to affect me as much as I allow it to. So some of you with this Queen of Swords, this 10 of Swords, you might be dealing with a serious situation for sure, and you could be just trying not to dwell on it, if that makes sense. Once again, I also get the vibe, like with the Queen of Swords, 10 of Swords, and with what we have here, there could be somebody in your circle of connection that's really going through a big problem or an issue here. Okay, I don't feel like it's necessarily you. It feels like it's coming from the outside. So that's something to really keep in mind. Let's go through and do a quick little recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card, because I know a lot of messages have been coming out. Totally different vibe than the last couple of weeks. But if you kindly look in the box before the shadow card, position number 1, we have the Knight of Cups with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse here. So that felt like a lot of things to me. We have had this theme of trying to snap out of it or get something on track or not to feed into something. Portion of you, there might be a work situation that rubs you the wrong way, or you're not super happy in regards to it. For another portion of you, we see it in two places. Your circle of people or people around you could be going through tough times, or there's just some emotional, like this person may have rubbed you the wrong way. But the main vibe I'm picking up here, aside from all those messages, is like, okay, I need to handle this on my own. Like, it's giving me that vibe. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Cups with the King of Cups in the upright. Someone with you on the mind, you might have somebody else on the mind. It's like people thinking about each other quite a bit. And with all the individuals we see in this spread, yeah, that could absolutely be the case. It's like people are pulling on your energetic strings. But once again, this is someone who's like, okay, I need to control these thoughts. I need to control these feelings. I need to get this right. But I'm also getting so much care. Like, there's a lot of people, or one person that just cares for you a lot. There's so much love here. Moving to the back end, the Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords in the upright. The main big thing this was feeling, once again, is somebody you're connected to really going through some sort of problem or serious situation that you might get pulled into a little bit, or you might have to at least give some encouraging words. Another thing I'm picking up here is mind over matter. So whatever it is, whatever situations or problems, or even if you're in neutral times right now that you might be going through, there's a very much mind over matter, okay? Regardless of how big or serious these things could be, it's like, okay, the more I feed into it, the worse it's going to feel. The more I feed into it. So you might just be in that mode where it's like, okay, I need to think myself out of this. So do with that what you will. It's a very cerebral type of energy on the back end. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Shuffle it up one time here, my guides. What do we have in the shadows for Aries? Please and thank you. And yes, my friends, you know I like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be good too. So let's get you one shadow card. Please and thank you. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my members. Okay, your shadow card came out right before that. Look who it is, my friends. It's the Queen of Swords showing up once again, like we have here, her on the back end. Okay, I would say in this time, absolutely watch out for invasive thoughts. That's one thing I'm picking up, especially with this in the shadows. For a portion of you, yeah, this could represent a mother figure or an air sign, just like I said with the Queen of Swords as well. But the fact that it's coming up once again, Spirit's just underlining it and reiterating the message that we had here. Maybe part of whatever it is you're going through is mind over matter, like how you look at a thing. Like, it's all about perspective. And I picked that up for you a few weeks ago too. It's like, okay, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? It's like very cerebral, okay? Like in the big picture, grand scheme of things. She's also pretty stern and serious. So if you're dealing with somebody and the communication is quite cold, or they seem distant or emotionally cut off, Spirit's saying, just give that person a little space. That's one thing we're picking up here. But once again, interesting themes that we have showing up throughout all this. Queen of Swords can be really good though, very strategic. So we're just going to put her down right over there, Aries. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.